Do all men think the same? I'm sure at some point in your life, ladies, I'm talking to you specifically, you have wanted to jump into our brains and think and find out what the bloody hell is going on in here. Because half the time, I don't know what's going on here either. So today, we're going to figure out, I don't know what the premise is behind this. I was just drawn in by the title, okay? So we're going to see if I agree with it, if men agree with it, people that are watching that are male, and then females, hopefully you're going to figure out a little bit more about what goes on inside these two giant ears of mine. My ears, they're there, look.
I am worried about the size of my penis. 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on. Come on. If you say you haven't, you're fucking lying. Let's move on.
It's just a normal thing to be worried about. Like when you're growing up, like you're like, am I normal? You know, like.
I hate this. I guess like when I was younger, I was like, whoa, is this normal? Is this not? But like, eventually I was like, no, I'm fine.
What an idiot! He said he did a little bit when he was younger, so the question was, have you ever in your life, doesn't matter whether you were flipping 15 or 30, oh my god, dude. I stand by my statement. Everybody has at some point in their life. Moving on. Due to a sound issue, we had to reset, giving the men a chance to change their answer.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, now. See, I was right. I told you. Trust in me.
I changed my mind because what he said was, it made a lot of sense, because I remember the first time I saw porno and I saw a black guy's penis, I was like, I'm not like that.
Fair enough.
I've never had a problem with women. It has nothing to do with the penis. It's all about, it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. You just love a woman, you embrace each other, and it's just, I've never had a problem with a woman since then.
I think for younger guys, this is the concern that I'm realizing is like, maybe if these discussions were more open about size and whatever, and that really over time it all becomes okay and it's fine, maybe that would help a lot.
A man should pay for the first date. 3, 2.
What's the chances somebody agrees with that? Okay. Personally, this'll be my input, and I'll probably give my input on every single one, because why not? I would say, I'm in the middle, because I'm like, I think it would be great. It's a nice gesture to do it, of course. Like, of course it is, but I think if it's expected of you, I think that's when it's wrong. She ain't a keeper. If she that's called the gold digger. He's gonna pay for the meal on the first date. He's gonna buy me a new car. I am in the of the opinion of it should be shared equally. You should be like it shouldn't be like, maybe I'll pay for this one, you pay for the next one, you pay for that one, then I'll pay for this, or I'll pay for the drinks and you pay for the dessert, or I don't know. So a way of like doing it like bits between you, rather than just like always the man buying it. Okay, to be fair, that would be interesting to see. Females, ladies, let me know what is your opinion on this, because mine is of the opinion that it should be just shared between you, like not to the every nth freaking penny, but like just roughly shared.
I like the way the old school ways work. They did work, we just messed it up.
Messed it up.
So that's important to you, to like take that leadership role, to be,
Tradition.
to be like the breadwinner?
I'm the caretaker of society. I don't even like saying it this way. Once you give the woman the power, then you just demasculated yourself. I
Oh no. I don't need to comment on that one.
I want to stick to what's made me happy, and my grandparents, my parents, I'm just gonna stick with it because it works. It's not perfect, but it works. Be a man, plain and simple.
I don't know, I think we're just getting in dangerous territory when we start talking about chivalry. At the end of the day, it's like, yo, baby, if you want to pay for this, like, there is no hierarchy here. Like, if you want to pay for this, pay for this. And maybe next time I'm like, I just got a check, so I'll pay for it.
I agree with him.
What does it matter if it's a girl or a guy? It's 2019, and your logic shouldn't be, like, no disrespect, like, oh, because my grandpa did it and it worked for him, then it works for me. If she's not gonna date me that second time because I didn't pay for her, I think I dodged a bullet.
See, I agree with them. Listen, if somebody solely, that's what I mean. If they didn't see you again because you didn't pay for the first meal, then definitely dodged the bullet. I agree with that dude.
I support the Me Too movement.
Oh dear, please, oh dear, this could get people in dangerous territory.
Be real.
At first, when I saw it, and talking to my friends, and family, a lot of people in the South, they're like, these women should have spoke up a long time ago. And then I had to like step aside and really process it for myself and be like, you know what? She didn't feel comfortable, and she wasn't in a society, in a place where it was acceptable for her to say anything about it. So now that they have the platform and the ability, I'm like, that's amazing. Speak your truth.
What do you tell a child who is accused of rape by a woman, has his whole life destroyed, and then people just go,
There's always going to be people that take advantage of it. It's not going to be perfect. We're figuring it out as we go, but I think it's done more good than it's done bad.
I think we get to acknowledge the bad though. Like I think,
of course.
That's why I'm doing like this thing is like for us to say like, oh, he did that to me, and all of a sudden now we've like vindicated that guy is like vilified. Like there is no chance of like him having a say in the conversation.
Trial
we get to
by
have a
mob
conversation
is
every
not
time.
good. Like this mob mentality is bad. I agree with that, but I don't think that's exclusive to the Me Too movement.
But we're using it right now to say, oh, that person is bad. Oh, fuck that person. There's no further conversations being happening. If it's a movement to say, yes, okay, this hierarchy we've created of men and women, which is a result of the way men are expected to act, that women are expected to act. Let's have those conversations and everything changes, and I'll be over there all fucking day.
Fair enough. I mean, that's a whole conversation to have on like a friggin' on another time. So I'm just let them say their piece, and I shall stay quiet. Technically, I'll stay quiet just because there's a little nugget there. There's a little nugget of information he said where yes, somebody should not be vilified and hated purely based on what somebody said that happened to them, without them being able to also say something back. Even if they did do said thing, at least give them a chance to, whether it's going to, I mean, again, if it was something like completely disgraceful, then they'll try and justify it all they can, but at least give them the voice. At least give them the voice to do that before completely shutting them out.
Toxic masculinity is overblown. 3, 2, 1, go.
By overblown. Wait, overblown. What is that?
Can you use a different word?
Yeah.
oh, it's the exact right word.
Yeah, I think I just somewhat agree that it's blown out of proportion, because I think what happens with social media is a group of people coin a term, and now we're all painted by it.
Like we are not in like a post, I don't know, like rape culture world, like women are being catcalled every day. And so like men are still, I think, seen or experienced as like a predatory presence to women. So like that's why I just don't think it's like overblown. I think it's new.
If we were good men, there wouldn't be feminists, they wouldn't be attacking us, they wouldn't be hating us. You have a lot of guys who don't want to commit to marriage. You have a lot of guys who catcall. So yes, men have become toxic. And once again, I have to be consistent with all my beliefs and all my morals. I'm very traditional.
I see what you're saying, but the way you're framing it, like this word moral is kind of
We don't know what that is anymore, though. That's
well,
the
it's like it
problem.
sounds like you're saying like it's men's job to be like the moral compass of society.
It is.
Oh, I wonder which guy out of all of these I disagree with the most. There is no hierarchy. There is no this man is above woman or woman is above man. It should be equal. Okay, I am all about the equality, and also the fact the catcalling thing. That just pisses me off. It just does. It happens. So I've heard of so many stories of people just saying like literally they just walked down the road. They weren't even like oh god. There's so many avenues my brain goes down when people say their clothing because of the clothing they're wearing. They were asking for it. They were probably just wearing some leggings and a jumper, and it's like, oh, she was asking for it. It's like, no. She wasn't. She was just going about her day, and you happened to just flick and go like, we'll like whistle, friggin' get your tits out, love. It's like, what's she gonna do? She's gonna like, oh my god, yes, let's talk to. Hang on, there's a big fat man in a van telling me to get my baps out. Do you know what, sir? Fucking there you go. Have a little look at those. Also, what makes you laugh about that is usually the people that do that are like grown ass men, and they've got kids themselves. And what's the chances? It's very high that they've got a daughter. So. Surely they know that's what they're doing. Fuck, I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop because I'm going to go off on one.
I am comfortable showing my emotions. 3, 2, 1, go.
That was the most surprising result so far.
It's been like harped upon me for years that like showing my emotions were bad. And like me trying not to be gay, I'm like, no, like I don't want to show these emotions because I'm not gay. I can't be gay. Like I'm not supposed to be gay. Like the church tells me, my dad tells me, my mom tells me, everybody's telling me I'm not supposed to be gay. So like just understanding that at 25, now 26, like I'm over here like, okay, like, oh, you're insecure. Okay, that's what that feels like. Oh, you're sad. That's what that feels like. I can now be aware of those things, but to show them to other people right now is like really hard for me.
I do feel like I'm very verbally like about my emotions with my wife, but I wouldn't agree completely because I'm not like that with anyone else. I mean, I just failed a college class and I was crying about it to my wife, but no one else at school saw me cry, you know?
Yeah, that's like me, okay? I'm on with him. I'd be like, slightly agree. For the right people, I will show them, but for the wrong, like, not for the wrong people, but for like, it'll be a very small amount that I'll show them to, like maybe literally like 1 or 2, if that. So yes, I'm somewhat in his boat there. And on that note, if you did enjoy this video, give the video a thumbs up. Let me know also as well whether you're from the male perspective or the female perspective, and which of these were either news to you, as in like they were surprising, or did you agree with certain people in particular. I not to, again, this is not calling him out in particular, but the bald dude, I just didn't agree with him. I was literally like polar opposite on the majority of stuff he was saying. So that, again, maybe like say he was saying he's just going with tradition that he was brought up with. However, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's good to break tradition if it's not morally right in the current state of the world. Because otherwise, if like say if things we were doing now in like 20 years time, 30 years time, they were not seen as like, they were phased out as being obviously like the wrong thing to do morally, I wouldn't keep doing it because, oh yeah, because my son used to, my son, my dad used to do it. There you go, wrong. Oh, I went the wrong way around. Yeah, so you have to change with the times basically. Because I know many people that are like, no, that sounds weird. I know of people over 60. That sounded like I'm like friends with 60-year-olds. I'm definitely loads of 60-year-olds. Me, Mike, and all the cougars. No, of people that are like that much older, and their morals are like backwards in regards to like what's acceptable in the current day. So yes, change with the times. Change with the times is what that giant long-winded tangent was meant to mean. Anyways, I shall fuck off now. See you later. Bye.